Hello, welcome to Sheepdog Says. I'm Sheepdog and I'm having quite a good week this week. I've had some good news I don't think I've mentioned. If I have, I haven't gone into any detail on it. I did a rant the other week about the leasehold of my house, how Persimmons and most house builders in the UK had been messing people around. People who buy new builds are being told, right at the end, just as they're about to complete, oh, by the way, this is a leasehold. Oh, by the way, you have to do this, that, and the other. And here's a load of stuff that you're not going to like, but your choices are don't move house or, accept them and all stuff like that. As a side note, someone I know now has just told me they've just found out by checking that they have to pay maintenance fees and all sorts on their property. And to be honest, I'm a bit miffed that they've just gone, okay, fair enough, because they don't realise what they're letting themselves in for. But you can only help people so far. I've helped myself substantially. I kept on at Persimmons. I kept asking them, when are you going to respond? Why haven't you responded? Why aren't you listening? Obviously, I did the video, put it all around the internet. I don't think they've seen it, but most recently I got a response that basically said, hi, Mr. Bass. We're not going to go into why. We're not going to go into any explanation of what we've decided or what we're doing or what we're thinking or whatever, but we've agreed that in this instance, we will meet your terms. You will receive your transfer documents shortly. It's been a day or so. I kind of forgot to mention it. I was so excited. I've just forgotten to mention it on the videos. But yeah, they basically said to me, "We'll do it." I'm slightly what's the word? Cynical, I guess. Which who'd blame me? It's been 18 months. But from the sounds of it, they've said they're going to send me the freehold deed to transfer it to me for the £500 I agreed with them. They're going to remove the permission fees as I've wanted them to. And then the moment that happens, I can start just swinging a massive sledgehammer at walls left, right and centre. If I want to, I can just get out a massive, I don't even know how it would work, a massive circular saw and just go through the wall and just stick a door there if I want to, because it's my house and I can do what I want. That's phase one of Operation Turn This House into a Castle. I'm going to have massive brick walls with looking posts. I want to be able to see for miles in case Kev ever tries to sneak up on my house again and take pictures of my front garden like he did the other day. But yeah, I'm excited. It means I can do what I want, which mainly means that at some point in the next 5 years, I want to convert my garage into a room so that I can record stuff like this in there and do all my other stuff in there. So that's one good thing that's happened. Another good thing that's happened, my wife's car was due for its renewal, its releasing or whatever the word is, replacing it. My dad works for Ford, so we get a decent sort of discount on the monthly repayments and all of that. And she finally, she went and got a car. Basically, a similar car to mine. It's a newer, better model, but it doesn't have the same features. So I feel like we balance each other out because mine's got a camera, so I can see behind me. I can just drive looking at a little screen and reverse and not hit anything or anyone, which really freaks people out. Whenever I'm reversing in the car parks at like the leisure centre or Tesco's or something like that, I'm looking at the screen and thinking, I've got about 2 metres before I hit a car. And the people behind me are going, ha, 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 thinking that I'm just looking down, ignoring them. That happens all the time because most people obviously look around, look over their shoulder, but I'm just like, screen's right there. It's telling me in colours exactly. I mean, colourblind people wouldn't be able to use it, but it tells me like, oh, I'm red. I still reverse it into bushes. I'll be honest, I've reversed it into a lot of bushes, but yeah, it's useful. I think as a person who's only been driving a year, it's useful. I also got my 1 year no claims bonus this week, which is not that big of a deal for most grown adults, but having only been driving a year, that's reassuring to know that I have 1 year's no claims. It didn't really, as I said, it didn't do much for my insurance, but it did. It's just frustrating because I now have to insure 2 cars and the house all in the same month, which is a massive pain. But no, I'm excited about that. New car, lease sorted on the house once I've got the paperwork. Wife and I have found where we want to go on holiday in the summer. We just need to book the bits and pieces, but that's all exciting. We're bringing my mother-in-law along as well, which is going to be awesome. She's all nervous that we either I don't really want her to when we do, or that we're going to just dump the kids on her, which we won't. I think the most we'll probably ask is that she'll have them sort of one night where we go for a meal, or hold them while we go on rides at theme parks and stuff like that. But I'll go into more detail on that at some point in the future once I've booked something concrete. But We're aiming to try and go to the States if we can. I'm trying to convince myself it's not because there's 5 Pokemon I can catch there that I can't catch in the UK. I'm trying to convince myself that there are much more honest and grown up and awesome reasons. But I am like, if that's the whole excitement, I think that much of it is probably dedicated to the fact there's 4 or 5 Pokemon I'll be able to get out there. But I mentioned to my son we might go stateside. He was just like, we can get Tauros, we can get this, and that's all he thought about. So I think I've broken him. I mentioned last week my sons were winding me up no end. I've been able to sleep through it. I don't think my baby son's got any better at sleeping, but I've not been woken by him. I think my wife said she started turning the baby monitor off so that I don't get woken, which is amazing of her to do. But it means that, yeah, I've had actual sleep, so I'm not broken right now. Bosco, who was having trouble at school, has had a really good day, which is such a relief. I actually rang his school at lunchtime today to say, how was he, what happened? And they said, nothing, it's been good. We even had a supply teacher, which I mentioned in a couple of videos ago. For me, a supply teacher was basically a field day. I still think now it's horrific to think I reckon if I had a supply teacher come in to take my office for the day while no one else was there, I wouldn't be able to resist the temptation to just cause them issues. Whereas my son hasn't developed that. He was really good. I'm chuffed to bits with that. Very excited to see Infinity War tomorrow. I'm a little bit interested in the videos actually that far fewer people have watched the Infinity War predictions video than any other video, which makes me think they're probably like me. They don't want to accidentally be spoiled. They don't want to accidentally see something. I think obviously I have overestimated people's willingness or interest in seeing my opinions on stuff like that. But no, it was interesting to just see the dip in numbers. Being realistic, my guess is that most people do not want it spoiled. I'm avoiding. I saw somebody say, I'm off to see Avengers. And then they tweeted later on, oh, that was whatever. I saw, oh, that was. And I just thought, I don't even want to know if you thought it was amazing. I don't even want to know if you thought it was great. I just want to go in blind. So as long as I get through tonight and work tomorrow, I get to go on a date with my wife, which is going to be awesome. I put the idea past her about coming on the vlog and giving her a review. She's refusing to show her face, so I'm thinking there's 2 ways I can do it. I'm either gonna sit in my car and put my camera on me using the phone holder and then call her and just have her voice kind of coming through on the headset, on the car speakers, so that she can talk to me but not be on it. Or I'm gonna just sit in her car and do it. Or when we get home and she can just sit the other side or whatever. But I want her opinions on there. She doesn't have to show her face if she doesn't want to. I think it'd be awesome to get her on there. I do want to try and ease her into it at some point because it's gonna make doing out and about videos a bit more difficult if she doesn't come on it. I'm trying to think, oh yeah, I was going to say what else happened this week that's been awesome. I'm still waiting for the proper full-on job description, but I have been offered a new role at work, which I'm excited about. It sounds like it's got a lot of cool stuff to it. It's a lot of kind of reaching out and doing important things that might make a bigger difference. And, I don't want to get into all the boring details, but it's one of those things where they've said to me, we think you'd like it. I've gone, that sounds actually really cool. They've gone, okay, we'll write up a description. There's been a couple of amendments and stuff, but I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing what they would come up with and what the pay is like when they offer a new bit. But no, I've just generally, I'm thinking that's been awesome. And that's not even, the one thing I've not had yet, yesterday was supposed to be the day that my new medicine would arrive to elevate me up into like the higher echelons of healthiness and become a real boy. And I haven't even had that yet. It's not come through. I'm feeling positive and good without that happening. Once they start pumping me full of testosterone, you'll be able to keep these guns out the camera. I'll just be like, whoa. I'm looking forward to that. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to start applying it. I'm just going to feel like £1 million, and that's going to be great. I think the only bad thing that hasn't happened this week is I didn't win the bleeding Euro Millions. I was mortified that I gave my wife some numbers to put on and she put them on for tomorrow's prize, and then realised just before the deadline, and so she had to buy other numbers. So then I was checking to see whether the numbers I'd given her had come up. because I was just like, well, I don't know, I shouldn't have checked. It's a mortifying thing to do. If I'd have checked and it'd have said, oh yeah, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and that was the numbers I told her to put on, and she hadn't because she'd made a mistake, I don't know what I would have done. I guess I would have just recorded a video about it where I'd have just gone livid and like trashed my kitchen or something, and then I would have just said, oh, never mind. But deep down it would have eaten me for life. Fortunately, we didn't win anything, and there's still the chance, there's that little glimmer of hope that tomorrow she'll somehow win the lottery by mistake, and then my video will be me just trashing the house because I don't need it anymore, and I'm a gazillionaire, which would be awesome. But yeah, I'm really pleased. It's been a good week, and it's only going to get better. We had a fun night last night playing Fortnite on... if you can see it on Twitch, there's a video of me, Kev, Anna, and Pab, all the Mature Gamer podcast people, trying to play Fortnite together. I spent an hour and a half downloading it on my laptop, only for it to not work. Kev, Anna, and Pab were playing it while I was doing this. I then spent an hour downloading it on my Xbox. It took forever. I finally got it working, and we managed about half an hour of all the four of us playing together, which was awesome. I'm playing this game again with them whenever they ask, because I had so much fun. It's been so long since I played games with them like that, and if they can get me back into it, I'll do it all the time. I'll get into the routine again, and that'd be fantastic. I love playing games with those guys. We just got out of the habit. But I think that'd be awesome for extra content as well, being on Kev's Twitch channel every so often, and get to see more of you people and that. But that was really cool. I'm going to the Nuneaton meet-up on Saturday. I can't remember who they're playing now, but it's their last game of the season. Obviously, Kev's going to be there to be, you know, the football manager of the club. I can't stop thinking of chants or things that rhyme with Nuneaton, like Nuneaton and can't be beaten, or never been beaten, or don't know where they're beaten. There's so much mileage there, and I'm just thinking maybe one beer before the game and I'll just be up there chanting all game and going wild. I want to just, yeah, I know that Kev's got certain heroic players on his save that play for Nuneaton, so I'm thinking we'll just make heroes of them and just take over the stadium. I want the whole stadium to be joining in our chants and stuff like that. It'll be awesome. I can't wait. I'm well excited. So yeah, I'm in a really good mood at the moment, and I think I'm going to wrap it up there because there's not much else to say. Everything's good. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. That's another thing I'm happy about. I got over 200 and it stayed above 200. Fingers crossed it keeps going now. Let's get to 300 and then 400 and then a million and then a billion, and then I don't think we can really go above that. That's not realistic. But neither's a billion. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, stop rabbiting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.